Dandruff problems. I took matters into my own hands and decided to make my own shampoo made from African black soap. Watch my process and let's see the outcome. Ingredients I used: coconut oil, it's cold pressed, and I decided to add it because it'll help to moisturize my hair. Then castor oil, which is also very good in softening the hair, and then green tea to help smoothing the hair as well. And then the final ingredients, African black soap. I love it because of its antifungal properties. I know that dandruff basically can be fought with African black soap. I've used it for a very long time. The only disadvantage with it is because of how it strips the hair of its moisture, and because of that, I decided to add all these oils to help prevent that. Then I topped it off with this lemon. I used 30 mils of lemon to help balance the pH in my scalp. So this is the final look of everything I used. So I put about half of what I started with of the African soap. I chipped everything into that little bowl over there. I think I should have used all, but I just used just half of what was in the half of the cup. I chipped everything into that cup, and then I added about 240 mils of water. I think in hindsight I should have used about just 80 mils or maybe 160 mils of water, because in the end it was very runny. Even though it still turned out fine, I should have just used little water because I like my shampoo to be very thick. The previous ones I made, I used to make them very thick and I enjoyed it that way, but this one was quite light. So this is just based on preferences. If you like your shampoo to be very thick, you just use less water. So mostly you just want to look at the cup or the bowl which you're using to make the shampoo from the outside, and just watch to make sure that the water is completely overlying your chippings, right? So then I added my lemon. Make sure you strain it because of the seeds. um Carefully take out the seeds. That's just the principle. And then you make sure you're fast enough, because you want the heat to remain in the bowl in which you are doing your mixture. All right, so the next thing I did was to add my coconut oil. I used about 120 mils of coconut oil. You can use more, but I decided to use 120 for this mixture because I don't want too much oil in my hair. And then I followed up with my castor oil. For the castor oil, I used 8 drops of the oil, and then I used 4 drops of the green tea. These are all based on preferences, but because of what I've done in the past and what has helped me, I have curated them enough to know that this is what works. Again, like I said, the water should just be on top of the chippings. So I covered it up and then I waited for a while. It took about 30 minutes for everything to dissolve. Even with that, everything was not fully dissolved. So sometimes it could take about 45 minutes to an hour. Then I mixed everything thoroughly. The mixing sometimes could give you a clue to know that it's going to be too runny. Like you're seeing here right now. This is when I realized I used too much water, and at this point I wanted to add more chippings, but because there's oil in this mixture, it will take a very long time for the soap to now dissolve. And remember that at this point it has cooled. So I just decided to let it go. All right, so you strain it again and then make sure all those extras are out, and then I just put it in my container in which I was going to store it. So this is it. This is the final look, and we're done. Yeah. So onto the washing itself. At this point, my hair was very itchy. You can't really see the dandruff. When I scratched my scalp you see the dandruff, but it's very painful. Sometimes I see blood, so I try not to scratch it. So I wet the hair again because it was runny. I shouldn't have wet my hair because the shampoo was runny. I mean, I shouldn't have wet the hair. I should have just, you see, yes, this is what I was talking about. I wasn't expecting it to do this, right? So if it was thick, I could have just poured it into my palm and then apply it to my scalp. Because it's runny, there's no point really putting in your scalp, in your palm before putting it in your scalp. So you can just directly apply it to your scalp, without necessarily putting your palm. Okay. But one thing I loved about it was how it was lathering so well. And for us blacks, or okay, for us Ghanaians, for me as a Ghanaian, I love it when my shampoo is lathering. Means it's good. Anyway, this was it. I started from the back. Again, I divided my hair into 5. Yeah, because at this point my hair has become very difficult to manage if I don't divide it into smaller chunks. So I think I put it into 5 parts, and then I worked it slowly from the back and then moved up. So by this point I had done about 3 years. My arms were hurting as usual. But then I worked through it, and then I was able to get to the third one. At this point I noticed that I could feel the pressure. Is it no, it's not even pressure. Like the dandruff had lifted off, right? So the lemon had entered the wound. It's like whenever I get dandruff, right? When the dandruff built up in my scalp, they stick. I don't know how to describe it. Like they stick to the scalp, and they harden over time. I'm talking about days, sometimes 5 days. Within 5 days, when I don't wash my hair, I get so tired and busy, so I don't wash my hair in like 5 days. They kind of stick to the scalp. So by the time I'm ready to scrub my scalp, as you're seeing right now, they lift up, okay, off the scalp, and then fresh skin is exposed. All right, so whatever item you're using to wash your hair begins to irritate that new scalp, and it hurts. It really hurts. Sometimes it doesn't hurt. It's more like it's irritating. If you experience this, you would understand what I mean. It's quite irritating, but it's good too, because now the dandruff is off and the new stuff. Look at my expression. Like it feels good. The new stuff I'm applying to it, like, feels very nice. So I'm glad. Like, I put lemon in my shampoo. I added castor oil. There's African black soap in there. The lemon is going to help balance the pH for me. So I'm happy I'm doing this. Like, it feels so therapeutic for me. I'm enjoying it, actually. So I'm massaging the scalp, hoping that the healing takes place well enough, and I'm praying that I'll be able to get time to wash my hair at least every 3 days. The plan was to wash my hair every 3 days, but I just don't get time to wash it. Anyway, I also noticed that when I'm done washing and I rinse it off, my hair is shinier than usual, and I think it's because of the coconut oil. Coconut oil is it a humectant? I think so. It's like honey. All right, it's shiny. It gives the hair a very nice look. So I'm glad my hair is not dry. For that, I'm really enjoying that. It doesn't, the African black soap hasn't stripped the hair of it, all of its moisture, and the hair is not feeling chopped and dry. That's good news. So, like, again, like I said, the coconut oil I added was a very good thing, period. Yeah. So usually when I'm done rinsing off, I try to give it an extra rinse, because I want to make sure the soap, especially the African black soap, the African black soap, is out of my scalp completely, because it's a very irritating soap and you don't want a piece of it in your hair or in your scalp. It's not good. So everything must come up. Okay, so this is my scalp. Look how clean it feels. And I was glad I didn't see any blood coming out. This is nice. It feels good. It feels good. My hair has been thriving. My hair has been thriving. Ah. Anyway, so this is the evening or the next day, I think. Yeah, everything is dry now. My scalp is looking clean. I think this is the next day. I think so. Yeah. So everything is looking good. I just wanted to show you how my hair is looking now. It's still not dry, it feels soft, I'm happy about that a lot. I didn't add anything. I didn't even I didn't spray or spritz this hair with water or anything. I just left it like that. I just wanted to show you guys how my hair is looking after washing it with African black soap. So don't be worried about the fact that it's going to dry out or anything. No. If you add enough oils, it's going to keep the moisture in your hair and it's going to feel fresh and clean. Okay, so this is it. I love it. It's looking good. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe. Bye.